With object storage, we're talking about such big scale and so many disks, and we want redundancy, and we want resilience, and we want speed, and we want all these advantages that we can get to. With object storage, typically we're looking at not one file server, which people might be used to. We're looking at 5 or 6 file servers. In object storage now, we call those nodes, right? They are nodes sitting in the background with lumps of disk and compute. And all of those, I can make a request to all of them at the same time, potentially, to pull some files out, right? Or I can make a request into one and only ever deal with one storage node. Or if I wanted to, I can increase the bandwidth and the available traffic that I can create. Well, my first request to go into server 1, and whilst it's dealing with it, my second request to go into server 2, third one's going to server 3, means we get a lot more bandwidth, a lot more scalability in our
Yeah, so I was just going to say, on that, it's much more of a scale out model.
Correct.
So, higher quantity of smaller nodes potentially.
Absolutely.
Like a classic scale out model.
Yep.
Hence, if you've got that, lots of disparate nodes, lots of different locations,
yep.
How do you get the right request to the right node at the right time?
Absolutely.
Which is the fundamental premise of the load balancer.
Yeah,
right?
correct. Absolutely. And also, one of the great things we can do there is you can say, what happens if one of those nodes goes offline? It dies, it falls over, it fails. One of the services that aren't running on the back end of the server. Let's say we've got 5 back-end storage servers. It means that 1 in 5 requests will fail, and it won't work. So actually, by putting a load balancer in front of it, we can health check that server and say, are you alive? Are you working? Are you in a position to serve up customers' content? And if it is, we allow in the pull. And if it isn't, then through orchestration, we just literally shut that back-end server offline, and we don't forward any traffic to it anymore, which means 100% of our requests come back valid, not
I'm
not
going
one
to say something dangerous, having heard half a part of one of your conversations once before, Scott. I know we can get a lot more clever than just health checking. Is it alive? Is it dead?
Yeah.
We can do all sorts of really clever things around, which nodes are busiest, and that can be based on all sorts of different parameters. But actually, then you can get into some quite sophisticated load balancing algorithms to really make sure that you're performing as high as you can, because we touched earlier on object storage is generally a relatively cost-effective alternative to other storage types, but sometimes suffers in terms of performance. So if you can put methods in place to optimize the performance of your object storage, you can actually get relatively low cost and pretty good performance.
Correct.